Okay guys, Apple Freak 15 here, coming to you with a new video. Today, Apple announced the Apple iPad 2. I know I think I'm excited as you guys. I'm very excited. I just watched the Apple keynote and Steve Jobs was there. He looked fine and he gave the presentation just like normal. And so today I just wanted to go over the specs and features that they've released, such as cameras, video recording, new software, um, battery life, new accessories, and the release date. So you open up. You see that Apple has the new iPad 2 banner at the top. And it is in two colors. It will be in the black border and the white border. I see iPad 2, FaceTime, smart covers, and 10-hour. Smart covers is, instead of the case, which they released for the first iPad, it's this magnetic attachable cover that when you close it, it puts the iPad to sleep, and when you open it, it wakes up the iPad, which also I thought is cool. And if you go on Apple, they have videos on how the smart cover works and a video with different Apple employees. As you also see, there is an iOS 4.3 update, which I will be explaining later. There's Steve Jobs with the keynote about the iPad 2. So if we go into the iPad section now, it is now with the iPad 2. As you see, is a new design. It is 0.34 inches with 33% thinner, and it's 15% lighter than the first Apple iPad, and now has the new Apple A5 chip, which is a dual-core processor, which is the first tablet to have a dual processor in it, which is amazingly fast. It also has the two cameras, FaceTime, HD video. You can video chat with people. You can also take pictures and edit them with Photo Booth. The new smart cover, which is actually a very great idea, actually. As you see, you go into the features. You have thinner, lighter, and full of great ideas. As you see, they have the A5 chip, up to 9 times faster graphics, so this will be good for app developers and people who use games a lot. Also, there's still the famous 10-hour battery life with 30-hour standby, so even though it got 30.34 inches and even thinner, it is still has the 10-hour battery life, which I think is amazing how they could make something so thin and have such a long battery life. As you see, there's two cameras, one on the back and one on the front for FaceTime video conferences, camera and photo booth. And then here's the smart covers. They come in, what is it? They come in leather, and what's the other thing called? It is called, where is it? It's a type of material. It's very, it feels very good on the fingers, and it's very smooth and clean, and I think if I would get one, I probably won't get the iPad 2 since I've already got my regular iPad, but I think if you were to get an iPad 2, I would get not the leather ones, but the regular ones, the regular ones are $39, while the leather ones are $69, so I don't think it's worth to pay $70 for a leather one. As you see, they have different pictures. You can hold as a stand, different types of stands. It is magnetic too. It hooks onto the side of the iPad with built-in magnets. So you can open and close it. Different types of stands. See, this is how you open it. And then you fold it, and it goes under the iPad. I think that's pretty neat. The LED backlight is still there, 9.7 inches of high-resolution photos, movies, and web pages. Multi-touch, there's still multi-touch for photos, web pages, etc. iOS 4 now with the iOS 4.3, which we'll be talking about later what is in that in possibly another video. It also has Wi-Fi and 3G from the beginning. 3G will be shipping out with the iPad right away. It also has AT&T and Verizon carriers. The Apple iPad, they built in the gyro, which is put into the iPhone 4. It basically, the iPad knows when you're moving it left and right instead of tilting it also, which is in the accelerometer, which I think is pretty cool. And then they have video mirroring with this HDMI cord right here. You plug it right into your iPad. They have made a cord for it, which goes up right to your TV with 1080p video quality with mirror images. Also, they have a slot right next to the right here next to the HDMI cord, where you can also charge your iPad at the same time. AirPrint, just like the 4.2 software. Okay, so if we go back to the top, we can check out some of the built-in apps that they have now. As you see, FaceTime is now put in, and Photo Booth. I see the Photo Booth, just like if you have a Mac, it is just like the Mac Photo Booth. As you see, you can choose from all the different effects and take pictures with the front-facing camera. Everything else is the same, just as the regular iPad. Now, if we go into the tech specs, you see that it is still the same size. I believe 9.5 inches length and 7.3 inches across. It is also in the black border and the white border. As you also see, front-facing camera and a back-facing camera right here. And they moved the speakers to the back right of the iPad. Usually it's on the bottom right of the iPad. As you see, it's very, very thin. They showed a picture on the Steve Jobs presentation. He showed the iPad was actually thinner than the iPhone 4, which is pretty incredible to have a tablet thinner than the thinnest smartphone. As it does come in Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi plus 3G. The weight is 1.33 pounds, which the first iPad was 1.5 pounds. I know it might not sound a lot, but once you get down to the 1.5 pounds, 0.1 of a pound really makes a difference. As you see, the depth is 8.8 millimeters. As you see, it comes in all the sizes, just like the first iPad did, 16 gigabyte, 32 gigabyte, and 64 gigabyte. It also has Wi-Fi plus 3G. And the pricing is the same, $4.99 for Wi-Fi 16, $5.99 for Wi-Fi 32, and $6.99 for 64 gig Wi-Fi. Apple A5 chip. And as we talked about before, 3-axis gyro, accelerometer, and ambient light sensor. And if you like the environmental specs, the operating temperature is 32 degrees to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. No non-operating temperature, -4 degrees to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Relative humidity, 5% to 95% non-condensing. And the maximum operating altitude is 10,000 feet. As you see, we have a new box with the iPad on front of the cover. And if you go back, you can see all the iOS 4 is with the iPad, multitasking, folders, and FaceTime. As you see, there's now 65,000 apps just for the iPad, which is kind of pretty amazing. New apps are GarageBand and iMovie, which will be amazing. As you see pictures here of it, which is very easy to create and edit movies. As you see, you also have GarageBand, which just looks wonderful. iBooks now, they just added a new company, so there will be even more books. And just a quick update, there have been 100 million books sold on the iBook store, which is kind of fantastic. Everything else seems to look the same. Okay, the release date for the Apple iPad will be March 11th in the U.S. But and then 2 weeks later, March 25th, it will be coming out in 26 different countries such as Canada, Japan, Germany, etc.